This will arguably be the most important video I've ever made. Now I'm saying that to make it extremely dramatic, to a large buildup of what I want to talk about. That is simple to understand, but practically extremely difficult to put into application because the symptoms are horrid. So I'm going to use great examples, punchy examples that will make you realize why this is the most important video I've ever made, ever. Thousands and thousands of pieces of content. I've made this before, but this is the one that I really want to talk about. But before I do that, please subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think. Please email phil@ocdrecovery.com. We work all over the world, every time zone. We have planted people all over. But I am the American stronghold. So basically, I'm the best. No, seriously. We have people all over. We can help you. You got to laugh a little bit. Remember, laughter is critical when it comes to OCD and anxiety recovery. What do I want to talk about? Okay. I'm going to make this as dramatic as I can. This is your OCD. And this is you. And you're put together right now. You have beliefs and they're rigid. And you have compulsions and avoidance behaviors, and they glue the cycle together. And this is your life. This sticky note of OCD. Rigid thinking, conditional beliefs, compulsions and avoidance. But it's an illusion. Not in the sense of needing to know if it's OCD or not, but a lot of people come on calls and they say, I'm not doing that bad. But then I hear them speak, and I hear rigidity in their statements. And I hear phrases such as, yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but that's probably not going to happen. And they're trying to paraphrase their way out with self-reassurance. And they're doing so many compulsions, and they have so much low frustration tolerance. And then something happens. They make a decision. They have an epiphany moment where they say, I think I want to get better. Maybe that never happens. For many, it doesn't happen because it's very difficult. And I understand that. But when you do make that decision to take compulsion cutting seriously and avoidance smashing seriously, and to read the books and do the exercises on paper, this put together piece of who you are, something happens to it. That's what happens to it. It goes to pieces. It gets smashed to pieces. Do I have to have a meltdown on this? I was going to smash this outside. But then if I smash this outside, someone's going to complain that I littered. And Erica's going to be like, you broke one of the glasses. And I said it was for the betterment of the video. Okay. You do not understand yet what happens when you actually put the work in. You feel like fucking shit for a long time, okay? Certain things, this has been accepted, okay? Let's take heroin, crystal meth, crack, all the hard drugs, severe alcoholism. The amount of people I've watched in documentaries who have said one of the only reasons they did not get sober for a long time because of the fear of withdrawals. One of my favorite channels, Soft White Underbelly by Mark. He interviews an individual. His name is Josh. He's a fentanyl and crack addict. And when he talked about going to prison, okay, and I'm sure he had all sorts of things happen to him. And if this ever found Josh, best of luck to you, my friend. You know, I've never been addicted to hard drugs, but you can do it. Okay, I have plenty of friends who are recovered from serious drugs. Crystal, meth, same thing. Crystal meth, crack, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl. A lot of friends who have died. But when they go through recovery, they know the symptoms are going to, and I say again, fucking suck. Okay? But when we go through OCD and anxiety recovery, because we're not injecting, because we're not snorting, we cannot imagine how bad those symptoms are. You are the heroin addict of certainty more so than any human being. If you don't have OCD, you can't even, if you tried, if you did not have OCD and you said, I'm going to be as compulsive as an OCD sufferer, your body wouldn't even allow you to experience those withdrawal symptoms because you do not have a disorder of the brain. So when you try and get better, you are going to feel horrible, horrendous, terrible, the worst you felt ever. I'm getting worse. Why am I getting worse? Because I'm telling you in the most important video I've ever made to keep going forward, to keep pushing forward, to keep doing it. Do not give up. This is critical. Okay, ready? I've drawn this before. This is the bell curve of OCD, okay? And this is no, and this is yes. So no is not recovered, and yes is recovered, okay? Just take me out here, or hear me out. As you go up in time, the whole thing is time. It's a continuum, okay? Time. And as you go up in time, and this is if you're not doing compulsions, your symptoms are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for an unknown amount of time. Months? A year? I don't know. I had certain compulsions I cut that I was physically distraught with anxiety for months. Months and months and months and months. Why? Because I've been doing them for a decade plus. It's not going to be a week. It's not going to be a month. It's going to be a long ass time. And you need to be realistic about that. I wasn't. The reason why I'm making this video, again, as the most important video I've ever made ever, is because I did not take this seriously. I was naive. I'm exactly the person I would be talking to. No, it can't be that bad. No, it can't be that tough. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It is. It is that bad. It is that tough. It's going to be one of the hardest things, if not the hardest thing you've ever gone through in your life. Cutting compulsions and avoidance behaviors and changing my beliefs, but primarily, this is behaviorally, was harder than anything I've gone through. Harder than losing my father. Then harder than going to the mental hospital, because I wasn't even cutting compulsions at that point. Now, you could have fears around your family, and that could be your hardest fear, but I'm just saying for me, this was the most difficult thing. My symptom shot up like a rocket. Outer space, all the way up, straight, no end in sight. And then you fail, and then you fall backwards, and you have to keep trying over and over and over again. You can do this. You can get better, but do not give up. You're going to suffer either way. People have repackaged this in different ways. You choose your heart. There's some truth in that. Brene Brown and Glennon Doyle, choose your heart. Absolutely, choose your heart. I'm pretty sure they made that statement. But it's the same thing, right? Either way, you're going to suffer. Either way, you are fucked for a long time. There's no other way to say it. I know I'm cursing a little bit more in this video. It's one of my older, like I used to do my old videos, but I'm doing it for the point of the video. So you remember how asinine I'm being in this video, because it's so important to psychologically get in there and make you think about these ploys when you're cutting this stuff. Your symptoms. Okay, let's do it one more time. Ready? Oh yeah. Hi, Nick. Yeah, I'm doing good. And I listen to you on the call. Is that so? I did it too. I lied to Rob all the time about this shit. Not because I just didn't want to do it, because I was like, fuck that. So, and then we start to cut it. Oh, that's weird. Oh my God, I'm getting worse. Oh no, what's going on here? It's been a month. It's been 2 months. I'm not getting better. If we all do this, every single one of us, no one's going to understand. Without OCD at the chronic level, they will never understand. Not this. Oh, you feel as if you are dying. You know how many messages I get a day when I work with people if they're cutting an addiction, like adult websites or hard drugs, and they're working with someone else in person in a rehab facility, AA, people who are cutting venting and all that. The amount of people who fail 20 days in, 30 days in, 50 days in. I had someone fail like 150 days with adult websites, and they were just like, burn, crash and burn. You know, when that happens, all you can do is get back on the horse and keep trying and more and building your frustration tolerance. Excuse me. I'm getting all excited. I had to burp there. And that is what's going to happen. I'm telling you. I don't want to use a blanket statistic, but let's, for my knowledge and what I do, 50 to 75% of the people in all the WhatsApp groups right now are probably still doing, probably 75 and up, are still doing compulsions, keeping a lot of their physical anxiety at bay. And when someone does that, They get punched in the face by Mike Tyson. They get hit in the head with a golf ball. They get hit by a missile. That's how it feels. And it's going to feel like that way for a long time. So moral of the story, expect your symptoms to go skyrocket high. Not every single person, but most people. Why? Because your brain wants you to be doing certainty and it wants you to be doing avoidance behaviors, and it doesn't need to. Keep pushing forward. You can do this. Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Let me know if you need some help. Please reach out. The coaches are here to help you, and we hope to hear from you soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.